Yeah, I'll answer Kevin's question. So, Kevin, do you guys think Stowers? We see Stowers this year. I'm having trouble thinking who he replaces on the roster. Unfortunately, unless there's an injury, which I hope not, it is going to be extremely hard for Kyle Stowers to find his way on this team. And it sucks because I'm not sure there's much he can do about it. Because if the other guys like Kerstead continue to produce, he gets the nod over Stowers. Then you see guys like Connor Norby, obviously Jackson Holiday. I think Norby, they tried him out. Rip, are they still trying him out in the outfield? I know for a little bit they were giving him. They try to put everyone in the corner outfield at some point, I feel like, but
Yeah.
it is extremely hard right now if everyone stays healthy for me to look at the roster and say this is where Kyle Stowers fits on this team. And maybe it is something where he needs a change of scenery. You know, it could be a situation where he is going to ball out at the major league level, but might not be here just because of where. Boom, locked on Ravens, more like locked on the Norfolk Tides. Brilliant, Kevin. So it is one of those situations where it is hard to look at Kyle Stowers in the grand scheme of things and in the overall picture and say, yeah, these are the guys he replaces without someone going down or getting traded.
Yeah. Also, I want to throw this out too. And this is no knock to the Charlotte Knights. The Charlotte Knights do not have a pitcher like Cole Reagans on their team. They do not have a
Yeah.
Michael Waka. And so they have some talented players, just like every AAA team. Like the Orioles have Cade Povich, who looked great the other night, but they don't have the depth. So when we talk about all of that, there's some talented players, and when you have MLB ready guys, when they've proven everything at that level, they're going to have success, and you're seeing that right now. And I hope that, and this is the hard thing, is I want every single guy that is in the minors at any point, any team, to live out their dream to get to the big leagues. The reality is in the business, they're not all going to. And then you have to look at where your team is at. If the Orioles were a team that wasn't in contention, and this was 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I'd say all these prospects that are right there might already be on the team.
Yeah.
And this would be a way different look. But when you have the number one run producer on your team and Anthony Santander the last 2 years, who's averaged 30 home runs, Cedric Mullins, when he plays, is one of your most productive offensive players and is arguably your best defensive player. Then you have Austin Hayes, who is an all-star, and when he's healthy has been a very, very, very solid outfielder in the big leagues. It makes that those are the points. And then again, people want to look at Ramon Arias and Mateo and keep this in mind. The younger prospects here like Mayo, Holiday, Norby even. Norby's the one where I think I want to see him get the chance because I also think he'd have to live with not being the everyday guy. You don't want Jackson or Mayo to not be the everyday guy. And you go, wait a minute, you'll just plug him in. The Orioles, and this isn't my opinion. This is what I observed. They probably think, well, we don't want Kobe Mayo to play third. We want him to play more first base. Are you going to take Ryan Mountcastle out of the lineup and not have Ryan Mountcastle play first? He's the best. He's going to be, at this rate, another Gold Glove finalist. Yeah. And he's smacks the shit out of the ball. So there's a lot of things there to keep in mind. I just want to point that out. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, unique New York. Sorry. Can you still hear me, Zach?
Yeah, I can still hear. And I agree. I think Norby's that guy I really want to see get a chance because he's just such a great hitter all around. Obviously we've all seen, feels like every single prospect right now coming up has incredible pop. And obviously as a righty with that left field wall, it's not as valuable, I think, the Orioles as a Kerstead or a Jackson Holiday who's a lefty. But man, every time you look up, Connor Norby is just putting on a show with the bat. And, you just said it. He might be a guy that is okay with not playing every single day. We want Jackson Holiday 5 out of 6 games he's got to play. Kobe Mayo, 5 out of 6 games he's got to play. It's only when you want to rest them that you don't want him out there. But for a guy like Connor Norby, maybe he is someone that you can bring up and you're saying, hey, like they're doing with Cowser right now, you're going to get hopefully an at-bat every game if the situation arises, and then you'll start every few games to get your feet wet. But at the moment, we can't hand you a job and you be there consistently with the current roster.
Yeah. And again, like that's just the reality that we are faced with and that this team's faced with. So if people to understand that, that's the what's the right way to put it? It's the context of it, right?
Yeah.
And also I'm looking at these numbers and I need to look this up. So it's 25-11 Tides over the Knights in AAA down on the farm. For context, the Carolina Panthers in the last 2 weeks of the season combined for 0 points in football in the last 2 games. And the Tides have 25 runs. Actually, the Carolina Panthers, if I'm looking at this correctly, 15 of their games, they did not go over 25 points. And in a baseball game, the Tides put up 25. Holy shirts and pants, Zach. And hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, by the way. And yeah, they do have Jadeveon Clowney. Kevin, you're right. But he got paid and he's going closer to home.
Kid's just always locked on. Just an absolute machine.
Oh, well, Cube. I'm so sorry, Cube. 26.
Man, we can't even keep up with all this scoring. Do the recount.
Man, you know what? Cancel the stream. Turn it off right now.
Yeah, cancel. Honestly, we probably have to look this up, but I would not be surprised if this is true. If the Tides have scored more runs this season than about 10 MLB teams. Oh, maybe not combined, but definitely have scored more runs tonight than some MLB teams have all year.
Yeah, for sure. And again, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're tuning in from X, we've had a lot of people tuning in from X as well. Hit that follow button for at Zach Bollinger 18 at Ryan Ripken. We do this every Monday, Thursday, whenever something crazy happens like tonight. We do sprinkle in on Sundays. We will preview the Pirates and Orioles tomorrow night. We will have some other spicy topics that are not Orioles related, but we promise you tune in for the show. You are going to get your daily dose. But if you come to the stream and you're like, well, wait a minute, why are they talking about something happened in football, basketball, or something happened in baseball? Well, one, we like those things. We're going to talk about it. But we promise, it's our guarantee on the show, we are going to talk about extensively what's going on with this Baltimore Orioles team. And it's a Rocco hit in the face, smack in the face if we don't. That's the guarantee.